Recording. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining our meeting. Before we begin, I would just like to acknowledge Ms. Kalika Jaffrey, our company secretary, who will be taking minutes for this meeting tonight. Kalika will ensure that all our key points, recommendations, and action items are accurately recorded so that we can follow through effectively after the session. Thank you, Kalika, for your continued support and diligence. So, again, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining this meeting. I would like to officially welcome each of you and extend appreciation to all departments for just making the time to be here. The purpose of today's meeting is really to address the delays in our payments, and I would like to hear updates from each department regarding the current operational challenges and the proposed solutions. So, our goal is really to leave with a clear action step and timelines that will help us to improve coordination, efficiency, and service delivery across the organization. So, I guess we can begin with we have presentations from each department head, and anybody could feel free to jump in. We could have a short discussion after everyone has presented, and after that, I would just well, here's what. Let's start with Daralicia, Mr. Lopez, our logistics coordinator, and then we'll follow along after. Daralicia.
Sure, Miss Sarah. So, thank you for having me. Let me just share my screen to be able to do my presentation. Y'all let me know if y'all see my screen, okay?
Yes, definitely. It's coming up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
we could.
y'all can see my face as well or no?
No, we're not seeing your face, but that's okay.
Okay, so, well, as you know, I am the head, um, manager for the logistics. So, in this presentation, I'll be discussing our proposal to improve delivery efficiency for our kitchen business by outsourcing delivery options. As our kitchen continues to grow and receive more food orders, our in-house delivery system has become increasingly difficult to manage. Customers expect fast, reliable delivery, especially when it comes to food. But lately, we have been facing delays, high costs, and scheduling problems. So, to solve this issue, we are proposing to partners with a professional courier or delivery service that specializes in food transportation. This will allow us to focus more on cooking and service quality while ensuring customers receive their meals quickly and safely. So this is the current situation that we are facing. Right now, all of our deliveries from our kitchen are handled by our own team. While this worked well when the order volumes were smaller, it's now becoming inefficient and expensive. Here are a few of the main challenges that we have identified thus far. We have limited drivers, so when orders increase, some deliveries are delayed. Fuel and vehicle maintenance costs are rising each month. Some food items arrive later than expected, which affects quality and customer satisfaction. There's no real-time tracking, so customers can't see where their orders are. Overall, our current system is no longer capable of handling the amount of orders our kitchen now receives. So y'all may ask, why outsourcing makes sense? So outsourcing delivery means we would hire a professional courier company or food delivery service to handle the transportation side of our business. Here are the main advantages. So the first one is cost savings. We would reduce expenses on vehicles, fuel, and driver wages. The other one, we have faster and more reliable delivery. Couriers have optimized routes and trained drivers who understand food safety and timing. Three, professional equipment. Many delivery companies have temperature control vehicles or insulated bags that keep meal fresh. We have real-time tracking. Customers can track their food, can track their order from the kitchen to their door, improving confidence and satisfaction. Five, focus on cooperations. Our chef and kitchen staff can focus entirely on preparing quality meals, sorry, instead of managing deliveries. So overall, outsourcing will help us save money, improve efficiency, and strengthen our brand reputation. So now I'm going to just discuss the potential career partners that we can consider, right? So we have identified a few potential partners who could handle our kitchen deliveries. So we have the City Post Courier Services. They are suitable for local deliveries across Trinidad and Tobago. We have DHL Express. They offer fast regional options if we ever decide to, expand our business international. We can also use local food delivery services like Skip the Line, We Eat, or a private courier drivers who specialize in restaurants and kitchen deliveries. When evaluating these options, we'll consider the pricing and delivery rates, the reliability and food handling standards, real-time tracking systems, and customers' review and response times. Choosing the right partner will be essential to maintaining our quality and reputation. So now we'll look at the financial impact. Based on our analysis, outsourcing deliveries could reduce our kitchen delivery related costs by 25 to 30% within the first year. Here we can break down the savings, right? So it will be able to break down by lower fuel and vehicle repair expenses. We will reduce driver wages and overtime and less administrative work managing delivery and schedules. Although there will be an initial setup cost, such as integrating with the courier system, the long-term financial and efficiency benefits will outweigh these expenses. Additionally, faster and more professional deliveries will likely result in more repeat customers and better online reviews. You all know that's something that we want, right? It will help, boost our overall sales and give our business a good name. So also we have to prepare for the risk. Every company has its risk. Outsourcing also comes with a few risks, but we already have plans to manage them. The first one, we lose control over how deliveries are handled. So we could solve that by we'll sign a clear service, legal agreements that define timing, food handling, standards, and communication requirements. We have delays or mistakes that could happen. We will deal with that by we'll keep a small in-house driver team for urgent or special orders to ensure backup. The third one, we have data privacy and customer information. We'll only work with partners who comply with data protection standards and use secure systems. We'll also conduct monthly reviews to ensure the courier service meets our quality standards. To conclude everything that was being said, outsourcing our kitchen delivery operation is practical and a strategic decision. Our current system is struggling to keep up with growing orders, and customers expect quick, professional delivery, especially when it comes to food. By working with an experienced courier service, we can ensure fresh meals, fast delivery, faster delivery times, and happier customers, while allowing our kitchen staff to focus on what we do best, creating food. This will help us reduce the cost, improve customer satisfaction, and strengthen our business for future growth. Thank you for listening, everyone, and I'm happy to answer any question or hear any feedback from the rest of the team.
And thank you, Ms. Lopez. That was really insightful, and you raised a lot of valid points, especially regarding the rise in the fuel costs, insurance, vehicle repairs. We clearly impacting our ability to deliver on time. So these are real challenges, and they deserve serious consideration. I appreciate your recommendation to explore outsourcing delivery operations. That's a really strategic idea, and one we will really need to evaluate it carefully in terms of cost effectiveness and alignment with our overall budget. So personally, I had a lot of good experiences with TT Post courier service, the reliable, the efficient. So we'll definitely review all the possible options to see what works best for the company.
Yeah.
Excellent presentation by the logistics department. As an organization, we always looking for ways to reduce costs responsibly and redirect funds where they can make the greatest impact without compromising on quality, guys. So I just want to thank you for shedding light on those concerns, because efficient delivery is really one of the backbones of our operations, and your input really helps us to move a step closer to excellence. So next we want to hear from Brianna, Miss King from the procurement division. I think Miss Brianna, she has a presentation to share as well. Right. Take it away.
So, good day, everyone. As the procurement officer for our catering business, my main responsibility is to ensure that we consistently source high quality ingredients at the right price and that they arrive on time to support our kitchen and service teams. Today, I want to talk about supplier inconsistencies, an issue that's been growing and is starting to affect multiple areas of our operations. So over the past few months, we've noticed several recurring problems with some of our key suppliers. There have been delays in delivery, noticeable drops in product quality, and unexpected last-minute changes in availability. These issues may seem small on the surface, but they have a ripple effect that impacts our food quality, preparation times, customer experience, and even our costs. So let me give you a couple of recent examples. Just last month, one of our vegetable suppliers delivered a batch of spinach and herbs that were wilted and starting to turn yellow. This happened the day before a large corporate event. Not only did we have to scramble to find an alternative supplier, but the replacement came at a higher price, and our prep team had to spend extra time washing and sorting the usable portions. Another example is that our regular meat supplier has started arriving late, sometimes by several hours. This throws off the kitchen's prep schedule and puts added pressure on the chefs and kitchen assistants to meet deadlines. In catering, where timing is everything, these delays create stress and raise the risk of mistakes or rushed cooking. From a procurement perspective, I've tried to maintain strong relationships with our suppliers. We've had conversations with them, and while some have valid reasons, like labor shortages or transport issues, the reality is that our business can't afford to be reactive every time a supplier fails to deliver as promised. So I guess we can look at some possible reasons or causes for this issue. So I'm A few reasons could be that some suppliers are overbooked and can't keep up with the demand. Another is inflation and rising costs may be pushing them to cut corners or reduce quality. And another thing is we may be relying too heavily on a small group of suppliers without enough backup in place. If we continue this way, we risk damaging our reputation with clients, especially when we're delivering high-end service or events that expect premium quality and perfect timing. So now we can look at some possible suggestions. So firstly, I think we can do a supplier evaluation. So we should begin a regular review process for all of our suppliers. This includes grading them on quality, delivery time, pricing stability, and communication. This will give us data to work with and help us identify who's performing well and who's falling short. Another thing we can do is get backup suppliers. So for key ingredients like meat, fresh vegetables, and baked goods, we need to have at least one or two reliable backups. This way, if one supplier falls through, we have a safety net that won't disrupt operations. Another thing is contract adjustments. So for high volume suppliers, we may want to renegotiate our contracts to include clear surface level agreements and even penalties for repeated late deliveries or quality failures. This would set expectations and encourage better accountability. Another thing we can do is local partnerships. Where possible, we should look into working with more local farmers or producers. They may have more flexible offer. They may be more flexible, offer fresher products, and reduce our risk of long distance delivery issues. And lastly, we can do a team feedback loop. I'd also like to work more closely with the chefs and kitchen team to identify ingredients that are consistently problematic. Sometimes you all notice quality issues that may not be obvious at the point of delivery, and that feedback is critical for supplier evaluations. So I would just like to express why this is important for all of us. So I think it's important because whether we're in the kitchen handling events or dealing with clients, we all depend on reliable ingredients to do our jobs well. If we can strengthen our supply chain, we can improve food quality, reduce kitchen stress, cut emergency costs, and most importantly, keep our clients happy and coming back. I believe that with some focused adjustments, we can turn this challenge into an opportunity for long-term improvement. And thank you for your time, and I'm open to any suggestions or questions from the team.
Okay, any suggestions, any questions? Ms. Kenya, you're touching on a really critical area of our company there, our suppliers. And something you said, the crops and the producers is really the foundation of our company. And when that foundation weakens, it would affect everything else from quality, consistency, and cost straight down to customer satisfaction. So inflation and limited supplier options are really real challenges. And I appreciate the proactive solutions that you outlined: regular supplier evaluations, backup partnerships, contract renegotiations with clear quality standards and penalties. Sorry, this is all practical and necessary steps that I really think we need to take. And I really like the idea of partnering with more local farmers. It tends to be a recurrent theme in our meeting this evening. So that not only strengthens our supply chain, but it also supports our local economy, and it aligns beautifully with our company's values. So thank you. Thank you, Brianna, for your insights and your leadership in addressing this issue. Procurement plays such a vital role in keeping our business grounded and growing. Your recommendations, they give us a clear direction forward. So thank you, Ms. Lopez, for that well-prepared presentation. You raised a lot of valid points, especially with the challenges and the backup partnerships. So I would like to hear from Asabi, our awesome head chef.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hope you all see my screen. Everything is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Asabi.
Okay. So, as head chef, I think it's the most natural topic to address. The most natural topic to address is food inflation, right? So, I'm not only going to be talking about how it has affected our kitchen operations, but also addressing strategies and how we can manage it, right? So over the past few years, we've all noticed that the cost of almost everything in the kitchen has been climbing, from cooking oil and cheese to chicken and fresh produce. According to recent local reports, food prices in Trinidad and Tobago have risen steadily due to higher import costs, shipping delays, and global market pressures. This trend has a direct impact on how efficiently we can operate as a catering business, right? So the first and biggest challenge would be managing ingredient costs while maintaining the same level of quality and portion size our clients expect, right? For instance, items like chicken, beef, seafood, staples in most of our menus, have seen increases between 15 and 30% over the past year alone. These price hikes mean that our kitchen budget stretches thinner each month. If we're not strategic about purchasing and portioning, it becomes difficult to maintain profitability without raising client prices. Right? So this is just a quick line graph of the increase in food costs between January of 2023 and January of 2025. Of course, we are in October of 2025, so guys, it continues to climb and we're living in this economy, so we know, right? The second point is the impact on menu planning. So, um, food inflation also limits our flexibility when it comes to menu design. Certain dishes that used to be affordable to prepare are now too costly to include regularly. To adapt, we started re-engineering our menu, focusing more on locally available seasonal ingredients, right? So I know Miss King would have touched on supporting local, right? So for example, instead of imported lettuce, we've been using local greens in our salads. We've also introduced more cassava, plantain, breadfruit dishes, right? These small adjustments help us manage costs while also highlighting Caribbean flavors, which our clients love, right? Another impact is the impact on staff and kitchen efficiency, right? So food inflation doesn't just affect what's on the menu, it affects the people behind it. When costs rise, we have to become more efficient in the kitchen. Our team has worked hard to reduce waste, tighten portion control, and store ingredients more carefully to avoid spoilage. It's about doing more with less without compromising quality. And that means training, communication, and teamwork are more important than ever. Again, Ms. King would have touched on collaboration between the different departments, and we're seeing that it is more and more needed in order for our business to continue to grow and be a success, right? The final point is maintaining customer trust. Now, again, we all live in the same economy, things increasing, everybody living in the same climate, right? But we still have some not so reasonable customers that would ask, well, why are they raising prices? We still have to maintain transparency among our clientele because we need the business and we appreciate their support. So, we have to do as much as we can to keep that level of that line of communication open with them, right? So for most persons, when we explain that, okay, we have to increase prices because the increase in ingredients cost, if there are increases in ingredients cost, most customers are understanding. Most, right? And of course, that is as a result of our maintaining good food quality as well, right? So honesty strengthens our reputation for professionalism and reliability. Right, so now we move on to some proposed solutions. Right, so some possible solutions are bulk purchasing agreements with trusted suppliers. Now, of course, Ms. King has addressed that area where we don't have as much reliable suppliers, but we are working on that. So when we do find those reliable suppliers, we can lock in lower prices for staple items. We can also have closer collaboration with local farmers to reduce import dependency, right? Seasonal menu rotation featuring dishes that use ingredients currently in abundance, right? Inventory tracking systems to cut down on waste and over ordering because honestly, guys, these things happen. You lose track if you're not on top of things. We lose track of the ingredients that we have and wastage does occur. So we're trying to cut down on that as well. Right. So in closing, food inflation is a challenge that affects every part of our business, from budgeting and menu planning to customer satisfaction. But with teamwork, smart sourcing, and careful planning, our company can continue to thrive and uphold the reputation we've built over the years. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to discussing how these strategies can be implemented across all departments.
Thank you, Ms. Jofield. That was such a powerful presentation, and you painted a serious reality of what the culinary department faces every day. So, you made a lot of practical adjustments from switching to more local ingredients and ground provision to tighter portion control just to minimize spoilage. So, those are some really innovative strategies, and I'm grateful for the teamwork and the discipline within the unit. So I do agree with your proposed solutions, especially with bulk purchasing and the local partnership. I love that. Just extend your sincere thanks to your entire team because maintaining quality while managing costs is not an easy thing. But you have handled it. Your team you guys have handled it with professionalism and grace. So your department really continues to play a vital role in just preserving the reputation and excellence of our company. And beyond that, I want to just give a sincere thank you for everyone for your thoughtful presentations. I was blown away. I wasn't even expecting presentations this evening. I love you guys so much, and the points, the concerns that each department have raised, some practical recommendations as well from logistics and procurement to culinary operations. I really appreciate the effort and the teamwork and the passion behind each proposal. So I definitely will be reviewing all the suggestions presented and take the time. I will take our financial position into consideration to determine the most suitable and impactful solutions for our company moving forward. So, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your professionalism and your commitment to excellence. And definitely together, we will continue to move our company forward with wisdom, collaboration, and just have faith in what we do every day. So, have a good evening, guys. We will meet again soon.
Just a reminder also that we did not make a decision in terms of the, one second, the logistics team. We were supposed to decide on which method of transport we'd be using.
So I think coming out of this meeting, we would really work on outsourcing. That seems to be the most effective thing at this time. We will probably test it out for the next 6 months, and we will work the numbers and see how things go. So, any other comments? Anybody else has anything else to say before we go?
Well, thank you for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I look forward to see, you know.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys in the morning. You guys take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Same to you.
Bye bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night.